There to be in groups a little bit, as much as possible.
When you go to sit on the tables, here we have the good setup. Sometimes the guys get trapped with the girls. So there's two friends coming over and start talking to you, and you have actually no place to even step back. You're trapped, you have to get out of there, and that's why you have your matchmaker next to you.
Oh, I think it was one of your YouTube videos or something where you said that you guys utilize a code, like to get out, or to like...
So the codes, I just spoke with
Code red.
Yes, code red.
You don't say code red. Guys, if you could get out of that social with 2, maybe even 3 decent opportunities, decent candidates that you think you might want to go on a date with, you did pretty damn good. And then the next night, if you could do that again with another 2, maybe 3, even if it's only 1, that's okay, because you know sometimes it takes to meet a lot of different women to find that 1 or 2 where there's that mutual chemistry. This would be easy if it was just, you know, one way, but it's a mutual thing. Both parties have to be interested, right? And that's hard to find. And so this is why we do what we do. All right, sorry, I'll shut up now. You keep going. Yeah, no problem.
And I will ask them right now to put the candles light up. Let's put, because I don't know when Mark's gonna be here. Can you put here on this paper the name of the client as well? Elgin. Yours, John.
We'll sit. Where do we sit?
Whatever you want, you sit first.
Well, where were you? You were sitting there.
Yes, we'll have speed dating. And I will ask them right now to put the candles light up.
They're waiting a couple more minutes. Does everybody speak Russian?
Yeah.
Russian?
Speak Russian, English.
So, okay.
Speak Russian and English. She speaks. I speak 4 languages.
Well, I was going to tell you girls what happens at a social. This is your first social.
Yeah.
So I was going to tell you what to expect. Not everybody's going to like everybody. I mean, you girls are younger than me and I'm older than you, so it's understandable if you don't like me. So no heart. And it's okay if you're not interested in me, because not everybody is interested in everybody.
You know that Elgin speaks perfect Spanish?
He does?
Yeah. So you're gonna be with him, like just calm him down.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
He's jumping around, he's crazy, so you will have to calm him down.
Yeah,
You just control him, tell him, he knows how to do it, he's been on a social before,
Okay.
so he's gonna be cool. Yes.
Ladies, my pleasure. You're beautiful. Look at, you're all beautiful.
Sav, that is your table, next one. Your table number 10.
So the one girl that really liked me, and who, the tall one, the one that asked all the questions, liked
John.
me?
And Michael?
I think yes. And this one.
Yes, thank
Holy
you.
shit, really?
Michael, you're
It was
amazing.
amazing, but
Another
tomorrow
Michael.
we date the road.
Anastasia.
The other girl, right.
Michael has to go to table number 1.
Oh, that one tall girl
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful and tall, but she's young and kids and, but well,
All right, gentlemen, welcome to another version of our Monday night webcast. My name is John Adams. I am one of the co-owners of A Foreign Affair and will be your host tonight as we explore all things having to do with international introductions and dating and all that fun stuff. We got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. Lots of stuff going on. I'm really excited about tonight's show. Got past security, got past everybody to let me in. I'm all by myself, so anything can happen tonight. Should be fun. We'll talk about some really cool stuff and answer all of your questions. So if you have questions, don't be shy. You can type them in right there, and I will do my darndest to answer every one of your questions here tonight. My voice, as you may be able to tell, is a little off today because on Saturday we held our seminar. It was a home game, a home field seminar, which was really fun to do here in Phoenix. So we did it, and we did it at a restaurant right next to where we are. We had tons of guys that showed up. It was wonderful. It was really, really good. The video doesn't really show very well, but there was, yeah, lots of guys. There were over 30, I believe. It was great. And what was really cool about that seminar, I mean, I had to kind of yell a lot and scream because there was a lot of noise and stuff going on. But what was fun about it is that so many guys flew in from other states to be there just for this, just for the seminar, which is a big deal. You should fly in for it. I get it. I mean, it is kind of a big deal. But it was really cool to see guys from, I think we had them from like Wyoming, from Philadelphia, from Seattle, from Kansas City, from, I mean, just all over that flew here to get a better understanding about what this whole thing's really about. And no one wanted to leave. We were there. It started like at 11 and it's supposed to end at 3, and we kept going. It's supposed to, you know, by 4, we're still going. There were still guys there getting close to 5:30, 6. There were still guys hanging out. So that's just, and what another really cool thing about it was that there were some guys that came that were, one was already married. 2 were already, at least 2, maybe 3 were already signed up to go on a trip. But they just wanted to be a part of this. They just wanted to be a part of the community. They wanted to share their experiences, and they were looking forward to this. And they got a chance to talk. They got a chance to share, which was great. We all did. I mean, all the guys got to talk a little bit about why they're there, what was going on. I mean, it was really a neat thing. And I say this all the time, and I know a lot of you are like, yeah, right. I know you're not coming here to meet other guys. Okay, it's not that kind of tour. But what happens is when you get in a room like this, and when we're there for, 4 or 5 hours, and we're talking, and we're just intermingling and, bonding, really, it's cool. Things happen. And you form friendships. After this whole thing, a few of the guys were there and stayed at the restaurant having drinks, talking about where we're going. One guy for sure is going to the Philippines. The other 2 are thinking about joining him and going to the Philippines, all 3 of them together. Okay? I mean, it's a really great opportunity for you to meet other like-minded men. Because a lot of times when you talk to guys about this idea of, international dating and going on one of these crazy singles tours to another country like, Colombia or Thailand or Ukraine, especially with what's going on over there. People look at you cross-eyed. People look like, what are you doing? What is that really about? All that stuff, right? I mean, I've been dealing with it for 30 years, so I know. Not here. Guys are super supportive because they're doing the same thing you're doing. And they're like-minded. And you tend to gravitate towards those people. And then you make friends with them. And some of you will make lifelong friends, even with some of the guys you meet at the seminar. But also, especially on the tour when you're with them for 7, 10, 14 days. Right? All right. Again, my voice is starting to crack. I should have thought twice about this. Maybe they shouldn't have let me pass security because I couldn't even talk on Sunday all day. It was crazy. I really enjoyed it. I've been doing this for 30 years now. Okay. 30 years. And I still love what I do. I still have a passion for what I do. I have a passion for helping the men and the women to try to find their dreams, to try to find their special someones, to help them. Does it always happen? No. Where'd that dog come from? Here's a dog. It's like a little dog in the social. That was funny. No, it doesn't always happen, right? I mean, like I was saying at the seminar, I would be right there with Musk, a trillionaire, if we could actually guarantee that every time you went on one of these, whether you're a woman or a man, you were going to be successful and meet that special match. But, no one can say that. Some people try to say that, which I find hilarious. But no, you can't. This is totally up to the men and the women. And what makes this one of the most difficult propositions on planet Earth is that it's not one-sided. It has to be mutual. right? And it has to be mutual at that given point in time. You know, there could be a time when that woman might be interested in you, and there could be a time when you might have been interested in that woman. But it has to be exactly at that right point in time. And timing, like a lot of things in life, is everything. And that's really hard to put everything together where you have both the chemistries of the man and the woman and the timing is right. And then we put you together, right? But we're pretty good at it. We do a good job because of the socials and everything that we do. And the opportunity we give you to get up to bat and meet so many of these different women so that the chemistry and the timing can be right and you can move forward, okay? So, all that to say that the seminars are very cool and something you should do. And you might say, yeah, okay, that's cool, John, but you only have, according to your website, only 2 more coming up for the rest of the year. And yes, that's true. However, and only 1 inside the US, you have another one in London. And that's true, and I'll be doing that one next month. However, there will be more of these on the board, hopefully by the end of this week. There's going to be some more coming up back east. We got one coming up on the West Coast in August in LA. And guys, that one in August, on August 22nd in LA, that is going to be coupled with some socials. I think we're doing like 4 different socials with women from China who have flown in for the most part. Some may be here, but the vast majority of them are flying in for this, and that's amazing. And so you can actually go to a seminar on August 22nd, and then right after that, actually go to a social and meet these women. If that's something that tickles your fancy, then give Michelle a call and ask her for details, okay? If not, you can always do one of the tours to Shenzhen and meet lots and lots of wonderful women there. All right. All right. Let's talk a little bit about those tours and your upcoming possibilities, because we do have some tours coming up that you still may be able to take advantage of. You got the July 2nd Costa Rica tour. You got the July 9th Barranquilla, and then August 13th Medellin, and August 20th Cebu. So you've got those possibilities coming up. There is also a July tour going to the Ukraine, but that is already sold out, so you don't see it there on the board. Guys, any of those tours would be amazing, and I highly recommend that you take all of them if you can, but you're probably not going to do that, but at least 1, maybe 2 of them. We do get lots of guys that will do that. Costa Rica, even though it's coming up July 2nd, this is June 22nd, you still got time to get on that tour. So take a look at that. That is like, depending where you are in the States, only a few hour flight from here to Costa Rica. It doesn't take long to get there, so it's pretty easy. And it's a beautiful country. You're there, get to meet wonderful women. Great opportunity. And that's just right coming up in July. And then right after that, Barranquilla, Colombia. In Barranquilla, we get a lot of engagements, a lot of marriages from Barranquilla lately. Great place to go, okay? And then, of course, Medellin in August and Cebu. Also wonderful places to go. Yeah, wherever you go, you're just going to have wonderful staff, caring staff, experienced staff that are going to be taking care of you, helping you throughout this whole process. So you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about where to go change money or what to do with your phone or where to buy food or any of that stuff, because there's one orientation. They go over everything with you. They tell you all the best places to go, where to buy flowers, where to do this, where to do that, and they're always there for you. So it's so amazing that you don't have to spend a day or two trying to learn a city. They take care of it for you. The only thing that you really need to worry about is the women that you're going to be meeting and how to deal with all these different women that you're going to be meeting and trying to find the right ones. That's going to be your biggest problem on these tours. And hey, that's a great problem to have. All right. Big announcement here, guys. I'm just going to come right out and say it. I could say, oh, I'm going to wait till the top of an hour, but here, we'll do a little drum roll here. I think we're going to do a little drum roll. Where is it? Oh, I don't know where it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't find my drum roll, but there is one here. That's so weird that I can't find that. Okay, I won't do it. But maybe I don't have a drum roll. Oh, wait. Drum roll. I found it. Funny. September 17th. Very important date, guys. September 17th. That is going to be the date of our next tour to Mexico City. Not the first one we've ever done, but there hasn't been one there in about a year, and we're going to be doing one September 17th, Mexico City. Okay? So that tour, guys, will sell out. I have no doubt in my mind. We already have guys on it. It's only been up since Friday. It's going to sell out. So if you have any idea, any inclination that you want to go on that tour, I'm telling you, and this is being recorded, okay? So you can't say I didn't warn you. I am telling you right now to put your deposit, whatever it is, $475 deposit, on that tour to reserve it. If you decide next month that you don't think you want to go, fine. No harm, no foul. Just let Michelle know and she'll take your name off of it. But if you're thinking you're going to go, you need to put your reservation down so that you have your spot reserved on that tour. Because if you wait until the beginning of September or even August, I'm almost 100% I am 100% it's going to sell out, okay? That tour is very popular. Again, it's very close. You get on a plane, you land in like 3 hours. You don't even have time for a drink hardly. You're there in Mexico City. And then we take you right downtown to one of the coolest places ever. This hotel is great. And it's right where you want to be, around all kinds of, there's the hotel. Yeah, cool hotel. Right in the middle of this whole area of bars and restaurants and nightlife and people. And oh my gosh, it's wonderful. But what's really wonderful is all the women. The beautiful Mexican women that you're going to have the opportunity to meet at the socials that we're going to do. It's going to be very well run, all of that. So, guys, if this is something you want to do, we've been looking forward to this for quite some time. We just decided to put it up. It's going to be a limited tour. If you want to get on it, get your name in there in the reservation. Okay? Also, at the end of the year, I think it's the last tour of the year, and it's going off at the end of October. When I say the last one at the end of the year for Latin America, at least, maybe for everywhere, but definitely for Latin America, is the Argentina tour. Okay, the Buenos Aires tour. That we did. I was there for the first ever AFA tour to Buenos Aires, and it was really, really good. All the guys loved it. Amazing. And we will be doing that again at the end of October. So, and that will be the last tour going to Latin America until January. So guys, if you want to get on that tour, get your reservations in. Your $475 reservation. That's all you have to do to reserve your name. As you can see, these tours sell out. They just do. You know, the one to Kyiv sold out. That one in October, if it isn't already sold out, it's going to sell out. So if you want to go to Kyiv in October, and that's just going to be Kyiv. We're not doing Kyiv, Odessa in October. We're just doing Kyiv. If you want to get on that tour, get your name in on that one as well. All right? Very cool. I want to talk some tonight about the executive service because I don't think we talked about that enough. I know we're going to have some questions and whatnot here, and I'm going to get to your questions in a minute. But I also want to fit in information about the executive service tonight because we've been getting more and more and more executive guys. They're looking at everything and they're opting for the executive service. I think it's a great service. I love my group tours. There's always going to be really near and dear to my heart because not only are they an amazing, efficient, and effective way to meet someone, but it's how I met my wife, Tanya. It's a wonderful thing. Wouldn't have happened without that group tour, I truly believe. So the group tours are wonderful. But the executive tours are a little bit different. And there's pros and cons to everything. But there's a lot of pros to the executive. And I'll get into that here a little bit later, okay? But we're going to talk a little bit about the executive tonight as well. All right. Fun stuff. But don't forget about that Mexico tour. That's huge. That's a big one. And I also want to give a shout out to all those guys that came to that seminar on Saturday. Again, you guys were amazing. Yeah, it was just so cool. I was just so honored that all of you guys took that time and effort. I mean, during the tour, a guy comes in with his luggage still. He just flew in from Philadelphia. And he got there about an hour late, but he was there, right? And then he was flying back to Philadelphia that night. came in just for this. That is so cool. I can't tell you how humbled I am when you guys do that, because it just shows that this is something that you really want, and I am really passionate about it. So I did my best to let everyone know what this was about for that Saturday, and I stayed as long as anybody wanted to be there. So a big hand of applause to all you guys that were there. That was great. Can't wait to do another one here in Phoenix in our own backyard. But the ones that we do on the road, like Tanya and I were just in New York. Previous to that, we were in San Francisco, doing these, and they were great, wonderful. So, all right, let me see here. Let's get to some questions. I'm sure we got one or two here. Let's see what we got here. Tuck, tuck. Sean says, I'm going to Germany in 3 months, and I want to set up dates with the ladies that live in Germany. How much would it cost to set up a date if the lady resides in Germany? So it's pretty much the same, Sean, for the individual introductions that we do. It's going to be the same as if she lived in Kiev or she lived in Colombia. It doesn't really matter. I believe it's a 125 or a 150 office fee, one-time fee. And then I believe it is $250 per introduction. I could be wrong on that. It could be just 200 per introduction. It's either 200 or 250 per introduction. You think I should know that. But the person who you really need to talk to is Anna about that. And if you email her at travel@lovememail.com, she will tell you exactly how that works and exactly what to do. But it's pretty much around there. I know the first introduction is going to be like 400. And then I think it's 250 per introduction after that, right? So that's how that works. And that's really inexpensive considering all the effort and everything that goes into just having this service available for you to plug into and use. And then they take care of facilitating to make sure you meet okay. They take care of the IMBRA forms, make sure she has everything so it's nice and legal. So that if you do decide to go forward with like a fiancé visa or something, we can supply the government with all the official paperwork that they require, all that good stuff. Okay? All right. All right, let's see here. Let's see. I remember seeing you on television during the talk show era. I don't think it was Jerry Springer. Yeah, I don't think we were ever on Jerry Springer. We were on a lot of talk shows, though. We were on, like, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. That actually was a talk show that we were on. We were on Maury Povey's show. We've been on Dr. Phil numerous times. We were on Tyler Banks' show. That was a real interesting one. I tell that story a lot at the seminars. That was fun. I won't get into it right now, but yeah. I mean, lots and lots of those kind of shows over the last 30 years that we've been on. Again, we do those because we want to illuminate how this really works, because there's so many misconceptions out there about the world of international dating and international introductions. And I just really believe that people still have stigmas and misunderstandings about how everything works. And that's a shame, because so many people I know, including myself, have met their lifelong partners, their lifelong spouses through this kind of service. And it's helped so many, both women and men, to meet that special someone that just didn't happen to reside in their own backyard. The world's become a much smaller place. There is absolutely, positively no reason why you should confine yourself to one small geographic region, like where you were born, or your city, or your state, or even your country. In today's world, it just doesn't make any sense. The singular most important decision you're ever going to make in your life is going to be who you're going to spend it with, right? Who you're going to marry. That's important. That should be given time. That should be given thought. That should be given effort. It shouldn't be like going and buying a pickup truck. But a lot of people treat it that way. And I think that's why our divorce rates and spousal abuse rates, according to the Justice Department, but I think I've seen it as well, are less than the domestic rates, right? So less divorce, less spousal abuse. Gee, why is that? Well, let's consider for a second. Could it be that the men and the women that are using these services here are putting a lot more time and effort into trying to find their spouse? The women, it's not easy for them. They put a lot of time and effort into doing this. And you guys are traveling halfway around the world. You guys are really, really trying to find the right person. And I think that effort goes a long ways. And I think that helps these relationships last longer. So, yeah, they've done movies about us. They've done documentaries about us. I mean, Nightline's gone over with us. National Geographic did a series pilot with us called Bachelors Abroad, which I was in even. They went to the Ukraine with us and filmed us going to 3 different cities and all the guys and everything that happened. That was amazing. So many things the media have done about us because we've been open to it and allow them total access. There's going to be a documentary about us coming out in about a year. Should be hopefully sometime here early next year. They've been working on this for 5 years. And we've given them total access to wherever they want to go, unfettered and uncontrolled for 5 years. I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen 1 minute of it yet. And when it comes out, who knows? I mean, I have no idea what it's going to look like. And I'm sure there's going to be ups and downs and everything because it's a documentary. But you know what? Great. We have nothing to hide. This is a foreign affair, and there's going to be good, bad, and ugly on the tours. I talk about it all the time because we deal with men and women, real men and women. And you should expect nothing less. If someone ever tells you, oh, come, it's all going to be perfect, everything's going to be great, turn and run fast, because that's not going to happen, because you're dealing with all kinds of different people. And even if both men and women, the man and the woman, have the greatest intention, sometimes the chemistry is just off and it's going to be a bad date. It's going to happen. You're going to probably have some bad dates, but that's okay, because you're going to have a lot of good dates too. And there's so many people you're going to get to meet that the bad dates just get kind of, okay, no problem, move on to the next, right? So I'm confident that these people that are doing this documentary, have been working on it for the last 5 years, are going to be fair and honest and show everything. And that's all you can ask. And that's great. And that's what you should see. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if my voice is going to make it through this. What I got? About another 35 minutes left. I'm going to try. I didn't even bring any water. I should have got some water. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. Let's see. Brian says, hey, John, I wonder if this is the Brian that was, he was going to come to the seminar, I think. Hey, John, I'm going to try to make the trip to Mexico in September, but for whatever reason, if I'm not able to make it, is there an escrow account I can put my funds in? And when I'm ready, just transfer the funds to the trip of my choice. Brian, for 30 years, we've done this for guys. It's not exactly an escrow account with a third-party company, but we've done it very well for anybody who wants to put funds on the account here for a trip. And for whatever reason, if they can't take that trip, they just say, okay, put it in what we call open status. So we moved the funds from the tour that it was earmarked for, and we put it to open status. And then when you're ready to go on the next tour, you just call Michelle and say, hey, I have this money that's on hold for that tour I didn't go on. Please move it to this tour. And we do that. I mean, we do that all the time. We do that with all the deposits all the time, right? The 475 deposits. You put it down for like an open reservation, and then you call and you tell us where and when you want to go. We move that deposit to the particular tour. So that's not a problem at all, Brian. We do that all the time for guys. So just let Michelle know. But put your reservation down for Mexico if you think you want to go to Mexico, because I just know that tour is going to sell out. And I'm not one of these guys that comes up here and high pressure sales guy, you got to do it now. And you get, no, that's not me. Anybody who knows me knows that's not me. But I do get calls from you guys like I'm getting right now for Kyiv, which I've been getting for the last month and a half because it's sold out like right away, this July tour. Like, how come you can't get me on, John? Come on, please, please. It's like, hey, it's sold out. It's sold out. There's logistical reasons why we have to do that to make sure it's going to be good for everyone. So if it does sell out, then it sells out. But this Mexico tour, because we haven't done one in so long, I just know a lot of guys want to go. I think it's going to be sold out. So that's why I'm telling you guys now, if you're listening, do it. So you won't call up and yell at me later. Okay? I'd appreciate that. Because, I get yelled at. It's just how it works. Okay. Jonathan Chen wants to know, how come girls from Latin America do not come to the seminars in America? Oh, well, there's like a whole host of reasons why they don't come to the seminars in America. First of all, it's a seminar, right? The seminar is intended to give information about how these tours, the group tours, actually work. So it doesn't really make sense for the women to come to the seminars. Now, in some of the seminars, like I talked about, we are doing these small socials. We just started this last year. After 30 years of doing this, we just started this last year because there are some women from China that are willing to fly all the way from like Beijing here to try and meet some of the men here, and willing to pay for it and willing to do it. And so we have accommodated that and have done some small socials with those women. Okay? But, oh, look at you. I didn't mean that way. Just so nice. Right? I got water from usually they're trying to kick me out here, and they actually brought me water. It's so nice. Thank you so much. I give a hand to the staff here. What an amazing thing. Thank you. Your voice. That helped. So, yeah, but there's smaller socials, not like what we would do if you were to fly to China. You would have the opportunity to meet many, many more women than what you'll be able to do here, because only a few women are going to be able to afford this trip here and to be able to come here for the time to meet men here. The women from Latin America, it's difficult, number one, for them to get tourist visas to even come here, right? In China, it's a little bit easier for some of these women. A lot of these women are a little more affluent. And from China, it's a little bit easier for them to get the tourist visa or business visa, many of them may have, to come to the United States. It is going to be much more difficult for women from, say, Colombia or from Peru or from Costa Rica to be able to do that, or from Mexico to be able to do that. And the cost for them is going to be prohibitive in many cases, almost, many, many cases. It's just going to be very difficult for them to pay for the trip, for the airline, and for the hotel, and for all that. So that's why, we structure these tours for you to go and meet them. And what's great about that is because you get to go meet them, you get to meet a lot of them. You get to have these socials where you're meeting lots and lots of different women, because they can come to those socials there much easier. So it just makes a lot more sense. Okay. All right. Brian, probably too early to ask, but are you all developing a 2027 schedule? Yes, Brian, we are. It's not too early to ask. I'm hoping we'll have it out by sometime in July. That's usually when we get it out, is right about July. So hopefully it'll be out in July, and yeah, that'll be nice. Okay. So Yogo Joe 1. It's a fun name. Yogo Joe 1. Question: can I do the executive service for Ukraine without actually going to Ukraine? That does sound funny, but I think you can, actually. And risking my life. The tours are fun, but I'm thinking it's time to pay for the big package. Yogo Joe 1, you can do that. And we have had clients that have done that. So you do the executive service, because when you're doing the executive service, and I'm going to talk about it here in just a little bit, but the executive service, one of the really cool things about it is that it ignores cities. It ignores even countries. What we're doing is we're looking throughout the whole region, or multiple regions even. When we talk about regions, we talk about Latin America, Asia, Eastern Europe. And we ignore cities and countries, and we look at those whole region or regions, and we're trying to find the best possible candidates in that region. So if you're doing something like this and you want to focus, not just, because we're not going to focus on the executive just on Ukraine, we're going to focus on all of Eastern Europe. And of course, it's going to be mainly Eastern European women, but there's many Eastern European women living in Poland, living in Moldova, living in Germany, right? And so you can meet some of those women that have moved over there without going to Ukraine. Although there's going to be wonderful candidates, I'm sure, for you in Ukraine. So if we develop those relationships with those women in Ukraine, many of those women, once we've developed that relationship, and once we've established that there is some chemistry and that there is a very good reason for the two of you to meet, many of those women are open to going to Poland or going to Moldova, depending on what's going to be closer and easier for them to meet you without you having to go into Ukraine. So, and they understand that. And so if that's really how you're feeling, yeah, we can work with that. And we have done that before with other clients. So yeah, definitely something we can do. Okay. All right. Have there been any instances where the girls picked a guy based on their profile to meet at a social? Not as much, because the women have to come into the office to actually see all the profiles and do all that. So you don't see that too much where the girls picking the guy. We do let the women know like who's coming. We give them an idea of that, right? So they can see it. In some of the markets that we go to, especially like in China, they're getting, pictures of the guys and stuff like that. And so, yeah, they're like, okay, yeah, I want to meet this guy. I want to meet that guy. So, yeah, there is that, actually. So, yeah, that does happen. Yeah. Okay. What are some questions Ukrainian women ask on first dates? Oh, my gosh, Brayden. There's all kinds of things that the women will ask on first dates. I think some of the most important ones are, well, the one that you're going to get a lot, and I joke about this to our executive clients because we do a video and I ask questions, and I always tell them that this is the $1 million question, and the $1 million question is, why are you doing this? Why not just marry a nice woman from fill in the blank, Cleveland or Phoenix or LA or Dallas, right? Wherever you live. Why not meet a nice woman from there, settle, date, marry, settle down, live happily ever after? Why travel halfway around the world to meet someone for this, right? You're going to get asked that question. That is going to be, a very important question that they want to know why you're doing this, okay? So you can think about that answer. And then just other, normal questions that you normally get on first dates, what does you really want out of life? Do you want children? Do you want this? Do you want that? You're going to get all those kinds of questions. But you'll get why Ukrainian women? Would you ever want to learn Ukraine? Would you ever want to live in Ukraine? Would you come back and visit if we were to, move forward and get married? How often would you want to come back and visit? Maybe would you want to live here half the year? All these kind of questions, right? It's endless. It'll go on and on and on. Then you're going to ask her questions, and it just goes. So, yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here, guys. I want to get to my executive thing, but you're getting a lot of questions. But I think I'm going to do it after this one, and then we'll come back. John, I could run a 2-week Odessa tour in September. I know you could, Jeremy. I know you could. So we'll see. We have the one coming up in October, so I don't think we're going to do the one in September because we got July. I think that's going to be it for this year. There's a lot going on in the Ukraine right now, as we know, right? And yeah. So we're not doing as many tours as we used to do, obviously, and we're very selective on where we do them. The one in October is just going to be Kyiv. We are still going to Odessa. We're going to do Odessa and Kyiv. Guys still really, really want to go there. And one of the main reasons that we're doing them still is because guys tell us that they really want to go and that they would go individually if we didn't do the tours. And I think it is safer for them and better to be with a group, to make sure that you have people watching out for you and watching your back like we try to do. So it's still a war. It's still dangerous to go. But if these guys really want to go and our staff is there and they're willing to be there and they're willing to help and the women are willing to go to these events and meet the social, then we're willing to do it. But everyone has to understand that there is a risk associated with it. All right. Let's talk a little bit, guys, about the executive service. I've got a few minutes here, and I really like the executive service for those of you that want a lot more support and scope. It's really what it's about with the executive service, is support and scope. Okay? What do I mean by that? Well, let's start with the scope. So the scope is, like I was saying earlier, if you decide you want to do the executive, what we normally say is, okay, we have these 3 regions. We have Latin America, we have Eastern Europe, and we have Asia, okay? So normally an executive client will pick one of those regions, right? Now, sometimes they'll pick 2. Like, okay, I want to focus on Latin America and Eastern Europe, or Asia and Eastern Europe, or whatever, right? So, or I've had cases where they'll pick all 3. All three is a lot, okay? Two's a lot. One's a lot, right? So I think if you're going to do the executive service and you kind of know that I'm really attracted to Eastern European women and that's where I want to focus, you're probably better off just focusing there, right? And not worrying about the other 2/3 of the world. Same if you're interested in Latin women, okay? Don't worry about Eastern Europe. Don't worry about Asia. But if you're one of those rare kind of lucky guys that it just doesn't matter where she's from. You're open to someone from Asia. You're open to someone from Latin America, oh, Eastern European, no problem. Well, then you've got a problem because now your population of possibilities is so wide that, yeah, maybe the entire executive is well suited for you, but it's just going to be more work and more travel and more everything, right? I would say the vast majority of our executive clients focus on one region. So for purposes of this discussion, I'm going to focus on that too. So we're going to just assume that you're going to focus on one region. But when I talk about expanded scope, I mean, it really is an expanded scope because what we're doing is, well, compare it to, say, a group tour, or you just going over individually to meet a few women in, say, Kiev. Let's just talk about the Ukraine for a minute. So, yeah, it's wonderful when you do a group tour and you get to meet lots and lots and lots of different women from whatever city you're going to or the nearby regions. And sometimes women will fly in from other cities as well to attend. But for the most part, you're meeting women in that particular city and for the most part, definitely from that country. So if you go to the Ukraine on a group tour to, well, say you do the one coming in July, you're going to be able to meet women from Odessa and Kyiv. Okay, that's great. So you got those two different cities. You're meeting women from both those cities. And then women coming from other regions. Okay, that's fine. But when you do the executive service, okay, it gives you that option to meet women from not just Kiev, not just Odessa, not just the regions nearby, but the whole country. And not just the whole country, but the whole region. So now you're meeting women from that were from Eastern Europe. Maybe they were living in Ukraine before the war or just recently during the war and they decided to move to Germany, or they decided to move to Poland or Moldova or wherever. And so you have the opportunity to meet all those women, or women from Russia. You have the opportunity to meet them, women from Ukraine, all that. So that scope for you with the executive service is just so much more broadened and enhanced and expanded. We throw out geography pretty much. We just don't care where she's from. She could be from Siberia when we're looking at Eastern European region, and we'll go to Siberia for you to find her. And for some of you, we have to go to Siberia. I'm sorry, but that's just what we do. Just kidding. All right. So, yes, we will go wherever we need to go, whatever we need to do to try to find the best possible candidates for you. And we are in the unique position to have the infrastructure to be able to do that. Very few companies have the kind of infrastructure that we have that allows us to have that kind of breadth, that kind of reach, if you may, when it comes to the executive service and being able to do this search in such a large region, right? And that goes for Asia and that goes for Latin America. So the executive service, that's one of the main, I think, wonderful benefits of the executive service. Another really great benefit of the executive service is the personal consultant, the service, that personalized approach that you're going to get with the executive service. All of our tours, you get amazing service. They're going to take care of you. They're going to do their best to help you navigate the socials and to do everything. So don't get me wrong. No matter what you do with us, you're going to get very personalized service when you're there. But the executive is on a different level because you are working with one dedicated person who's assigned to you at the very beginning, what we call your personal assistant. And she's going to be navigating this whole process, which is about a 4 to 6 month process of working with you to find these different candidates throughout this whole big region that we're focusing on, right? And so that entails lots of different things. At the very beginning, it entails an intake meeting. And this intake meeting usually goes for about maybe 3-4 hours. And normally we ask you to come to Phoenix. For the last 2 Fridays, we've had executive clients that have flown in, and we've met with them all day here on last Friday, past Friday, right before the seminar on Saturday. He actually went to the seminar as well on Saturday. And the Friday before that, I mean, we have executive clients here all the time that fly in, and we spend the entire day with them, basically. And what do we do during that time? Well, that's the time when he and his executive personal assistant get to know each other. They get to kind of bond. Because they're going to be working together for the next 4 to 6 months. And so they get to know each other and to make sure it's a good fit, to make sure that this service is going to be a good fit for the client and we're a good fit for him, right? That's important, because if we feel that we can't help the client, and sometimes that's the case. Sometimes there's things that we just feel are either not appropriate or just not realistic. And if we feel that, we're going to tell the client, hey, we don't want to waste your time and money or our time. And so, yeah, this probably just is not going to work, right? And a lot of times I can assess that over the phone, because I usually talk to the client before he comes here. But sometimes it doesn't come out until he comes here, and it's like, oh, yeah, this might not work. But for the vast majority of cases, it does work, right? And that intake time is a learning process for both of us to get to know each other and see how it all goes. We also will do a video of you while you're here. We'll take photos of you. Before you come, you fill out a very long questionnaire, and we do our best to then go over that questionnaire with you and dig deeper and to really understand where you've been in your life and what you're really looking for, okay? Not just superficial stuff like, oh, well, she should be 5'10" and blonde and beautiful. Okay, that's all great. Those are all physical characteristics that, of course, are important and we'll get into. But what are the non-physical characteristics? What are those non-physical traits that you're really looking for that we need to be aware of when we're talking to these women on your behalf? Because we're the conduit between you and all these women. And your personal consultant is really that conduit. She's the one that is going to be working between you and all the offices around Latin America or around Eastern Europe or around Asia. She's the one that's going to be interfacing with those offices, because those offices are the ones interfacing with the women that are on the site. They know many of those women. And so when we have you here and we've done that long questionnaire and we've dug deep to really know where you've been, maybe it's been a divorce, maybe it's been 2 or 3 divorces, maybe you've never been married. What's going on with you? What is it that you're really looking for? Who is it you're really looking for? And we learn all that. And then we can convey that to these offices so that they can then tell us, hey, these women would be a good match for him, we believe, based on what you're telling us, right? And not only that, but you're also going through what we call your hot list, right? And you're listing all the women in that region that you feel might be a good match. And we will contact every one of those women and talk to them about you and see if there's any mutual feeling there, any mutual possibility. If so, then we'll let you know, and then we'll do some letters back and forth. And they all go through your personal consultant, and she's looking at those. And then it will quickly graduate to Zoom calls, where we're doing these 3-way video calls with you, the woman, and your personal consultant. She will be on there. She'll be helping to translate if necessary. But if it's not, she's going to be on the call listening, because she, and this is probably worth the price of admission of the executive service, she is there to help you like a dating concierge, like a dating coach. And when she's hearing these things that the women are saying, and she's helping the women too, by the way, because she's going to talk with them as well. But she's going to let you know what she thinks is going on, right? And if this woman's really interested in you, or maybe she's just more interested in, I don't know, other things that you've expressed that you're not interested in, okay? And she's going to let you know that. And she's going to talk to you about these interactions that you have with these women, and she's going to give you her advice. Now, are you going to take her advice? Maybe yes, maybe no. But you're going to get it at least. You did not hire us for this journey in your life to be yes people. You hired us to help you make a decision, right? To help you try to find that one woman that you can spend the rest of your life with. It's a very important journey. And so we're going to tell you what we think. And sometimes it's not what you want to hear. And I've had clients that have gotten very upset with us when we've said things like, well, she's just really not that into you, or she may be more into your wallet than you, or this or that, right? Lots of different things. And it works both ways with women. Sometimes we have to tell the woman that maybe, he's not a good match for you. That's from our experience, from all the years of working with the men and the women, and we're going to tell you what we think. Now, again, you're a grown man. It's up to you whether or not you want to take that advice. And most of our clients will take it. They'll listen to it. They don't always heed it, but they will listen to it and they respect it. And that's all. That's fine. We're never going to stop you from going down the road you want to go down, right? I mean, you can certainly do whatever you want to do. But I think having that person with you and listening and giving you the advice is invaluable. It's priceless. And you should at least listen to it, because women have a way of looking at other women that men don't. And they can see through a lot of things that men just don't want to see through, right? Sometimes men just get blinded by beauty and where do I write the bad check? They don't care. But women don't. And they're going to tell you what they really think, because you told her, your personal consultant, you told her what you were looking for at the beginning of this process. And then maybe halfway through this process, because you're getting a lot of attention from a lot of different women, which you will get with us, maybe all of a sudden that changed. And maybe all of a sudden your bar is going and changing. And she's going to try to keep you realistic and saying, look, this isn't something you're just trying to do for a date and having fun one night or a weekend. This is for the rest of your life. So you need to stay grounded. You need to stay realistic from what you were talking about. They're going to be talking to you about things like that. So the executive is a pretty amazing thing when it comes to all that. So you're going to come here. We're going to do that intake. We're going to make a marketing package for you, basically. And we're going to make that marketing package with the information you've given us. We're going to reduce that down to just a paragraph or two. Because quite frankly, no woman out there even cares about you yet. They don't even know you. Why would they care about you? It's our job to get them to know you, and it's our job to get them to care about you. Well, you're going to help us get them to care about you. It's our job definitely to get them to know you, at least, to become aware of you, right? And then we both try to get them to care about you. And so we don't want to give them, a huge novel to read about you, okay? We're going to make it short, sweet, and interesting. And we're going to give them video of you. And we're going to give them photos and a little information about you. And we're going to try to get you in front of them, either with some letters back and forth, right? And then move on quickly to video. So you can see her. She can see you. You can see a little bit of the chemistry. You can see if it's there. And we do this with lots and lots of different women throughout the region that you selected, because you start with a lot of different women and then you narrow it down to those that are going to be most compatible. And what we're trying to do is to come up with about anywhere between 6 to 8 different candidates for you to go over and meet. Is that set in stone? No. Some men will meet more than that. Some men will meet less than that. A lot of it depends on their parameters, how narrow they made those parameters, how broad they made those parameters, how open they are, all of that, right? How many candidates that we really have. But it doesn't make sense for us to have you go over to meet 30 different women. Now you're just going to be lost. No. What makes sense is to try to narrow it down to the top candidates, the few top candidates, 4 to 8 or so, and then go over the second part of this whole executive service is you going over and meeting them in person, okay? And you're going to be assigned a personal consultant when you go over. It probably won't be the one you've been working with here, but it will be a seamless transition. And that new personal consultant will know all about the conversations, all about the information that you had with all these other women, the video calls, everything. And then that person will work with you in country, whether it's in Colombia or whether it's in Kiev or wherever it is. She's going to work with you, and we're going to do our best for you to meet all those women that we've developed these relationships with, right? As much as you can without meeting, right? And you're going to meet those women. And it's not easy because you're going over there. The executive service includes 14 days of in-country meetings. Some guys do it all at once. Some guys split it up. They go over and they meet a few women. They come back and, they're interested in maybe 1 or 2 that they met, and they're, getting to know them better. And then they'll go back again and meet other women, or they'll just stay there the whole 14 days and meet the 8 candidates that we have. And that may involve a little bit of traveling on their part or the women's part, but we work that all out. We work out all the logistics so that you'll have the time to meet these women and see where that greatest chemistry lies. So it really is an amazing opportunity. And the executive service is not for everybody, but it's for those that want to put in the extra work, time, and resources. And it's not exactly inexpensive, but given what professional matchmaking costs here and what you get, it is the best value out there. There's nothing that even comes close to comparing with the amount of work and the amount of opportunity and the amount of candidates that you had to choose from when it comes to this level of matchmaking that I've ever seen. We're just by far light years ahead, I think. And so, and others here domestically charge 2, 3, 4, 5 times easily and more what we charge. And they don't give, as far as I'm concerned, anywhere near the same level of service or opportunity for you. So the executive service is really something special. It's something that I think if you want a much more personalized, much more focused, much more broader scope of a service when compared to, say, the group tours, then this is something you should read about. It's all on the site. The contract, the agreement, it's on the site. You can read everything, unlike any other company in the world, I think, because nobody ever puts that out there. And you have to call, and then they ask you how much you make, and then they'll give you a price. It's all there. All you have to do is click on it and read it. We're very transparent, and we're the only company I know. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe we're not supposed to be that transparent, but we are. Always have been. That's kind of our cornerstone, is transparency. So you can go and you can read it, and what you read is what it is. And our price doesn't change no matter what level of income you are, where you are in your life. I mean, it's the same. And that's not the same in how others do it, from what I understand. But to me, that's important. I don't think you should be charged based on how much you make. I don't think that's right. And so we keep our prices very reasonable. And when you look at everything you get with the executive service and the amount of time, 4 to 6 months of constant support and help, and it's just unbelievably, people ask why it's so inexpensive. And one of the reasons, same with the group tours, why they're so inexpensive, is because we don't want this to turn into a service for the elites only. This has always been something that anyone can avail themselves to, and that's the way we want to keep it. Hoy! Okay, I can go on, right? I talk a little bit fast, and I apologize for that. But the reason I do it is because we're limited to an hour. If I go much over that hour, I get the nasty letters from management and from the unions, and I get in big trouble. Then they want to just kill me and fire me. I do exaggerate a little bit, but I am supposed to try to keep it within these time limits, or I get in big trouble. Even for my wife, if I don't get home in time, so I have to do these things. And so I want to there's so much, I could talk to you about this for days. I mean, because there's so many different levels and things that we do, even with the executive service. I mean, I've just touched the surface with everything I've just talked about on how it works. If you call me, and you can call me, I mean, I'm one of the owners of the service, and I've been doing it for 30 years, and I will still take your call, and I'll be happy to talk to you about it, because I believe in it, and I like it. And those are the one things I really like talking about, because it's a very cool process, and I like sharing it with people. So I'll be happy to talk to you about it if you ever want to call in. It's just call our main number, and they'll know how to find me. Hold on a second here. I got a few more questions I want to get to. As I've been on my monologue here, you guys asked a bunch more questions. Now I'm going to get in trouble. Oh my God, you guys asked a lot more questions. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Jeremy says, I'm leaving for Odessa August 28th. Very cool. August 28th. So you're going to be there kind of no, we're not there till October. I don't know how long you're staying, but congratulations, Jeremy. And be safe when you're over there, Jeremy. And listen to the warnings and the sirens. And if there is a warning and a siren, go to the bomb shelter. I didn't show, I haven't shown the shirt yet. I probably need to show it, but someone brought in a t-shirt that he made, because there's 3 of them going on the tour. They actually all made friends on one of our tours, the 3 of them, and they've gone on other tours together, and they're going all together on this one to Kiev in July. And he made a t-shirt about it, the Kiev bomb tour, or the Kiev, yeah, it's, I think I will show it here at one of these times. Hold on a second here. Another question. Was the Japanese tour successful, fruitful? Did any engagements come out of it? Yes, we did get an engagement, at least 1, if not 2, I think, out of the Japanese tour. Ken was on that tour, so he could answer that better. But yes, it was very good. And some very good feedback from that Japanese tour. It was a different tour than what we've done before, okay? We're spreading out, and we're learning too, right? And we're not, embarrassed to admit that. And, so the Japanese tour, that was the first one that we've done. And the culture in Japan is a little bit different. And so it doesn't really lend itself to the large tours like we do in the Ukraine. And so it's more one-on-one. So I think it was like maybe 15 women and 10 guys or something like that. But we did more of them. So I think they had 4 or 5 smaller socials as opposed to 2 large socials. And of course, different women attending every social. Okay. Dell. Dell. What a wonderful guy. John, I'm back in Arizona, fresh off the Lima, Peru tour. Beautiful country. The weather is surreal. Nice people. Shout out to the AFA staff in Lima. Woo! Dell, thank you so much. I saw some photos that Dell sent me from his tour there. And he really liked it. Guys, Lima. I keep saying this, one of our best kept secrets. I've been saying that for 20 years. We do a lot of wonderful things in Lima when guys go there. Per capita, we probably get more marriages from there than anywhere. We just don't get as many guys for no reason going to Lima. But the women are so grounded and wonderful and all that. So I really, really like Lima. And the food there is out of this world. I mean, it's got to be the gastronomical capital of Latin America. It is amazing. Great food. But if you're going to go, yeah, you get street food and stuff like that. It's wonderful. And there's like 2 top 10 restaurants in the world there. But make reservations before you go because they're always booked. Is there a WhatsApp group for the Odessa office or email to get in touch with them, please? Get with Michelle and she can help you with that. Anything that you need, she'll help you with that. I don't have a group for the Odessa office. But we can get you in touch with Anna, who's the manager there, and she can help you with anything, Julian, that you need. Old Vet Creation says, I'm sorry I got in on the last part of the Chinese when come to the U.S. Can you explain that again? That's the only tour I would go on is to China. Well, yeah, we do have tours going to China, right? You can go to Shenzhen, Shanghai, things like that. But in August, we are going to have like 4 smaller socials with women who are coming from China for the most part. There may be a few that actually live in the LA area, but the majority of them are coming from China to meet guys here, right? That doesn't usually happen with us, but these women are taking it upon themselves to fly here to meet you, right? And so that's pretty cool. Talk to Michelle if that's something you're interested in. Just give her a call here, and she can help you decide if that's right for you and get you signed up. It's getting close to sold out. This is happening in August, right after our seminar is the first one, and the next day they're doing another one in LA. And I'm pretty sure it's close to sold out, but I think there's still some spots left, but you got to get on that if you're going to do that one. Okay. Okay, and I think the last one is, who are the personal assistants for the executive service? Great question, Malibu Ed. And the answer to that is it depends. It depends, first of all, on where you're going, right? If you're going to Eastern Europe, it's going to be maybe Anna or Liana or Tanya. It just depends on their workload and where they're at. If you're going to Latin America, normally Maria is going to be helping you, although she has other staff members that can help. If it's going to go to Asia, it depends a little bit on where you're going in Asia, but you have Rana that helps. You have Irene. So really depends on where you're going and who is available at that time to help you. But yeah, whoever it is, is going to do an amazing job, or else they wouldn't be doing it. So don't worry, you're going to be in good hands no matter who the personal executive is, or the personal assistant for the executive. Okay, guys, this has been amazing. The hour went by so quick. I know I talked a lot. I do that sometimes. I didn't even have any Mountain Dew. Nothing. I was cold. It's amazing. But I'm still kind of warmed up from Saturday. I mean, we were talking on Saturday. We were going 5 hours. It was a lot, but it was fun. It was really enjoyable. And almost all the guys that were eligible, if they weren't already signed up or married, signed up to go on one of these tours and took advantage of the seminar-only discounts and all that stuff. And some great food there. We did this at a little place called Enchiladas, just right across from us. This place has been around forever. It used to be a trading post back in the day. And they gave us some great spreads of Mexican food there that we had. And it was just a wonderful place. Plus there was a bar there. So some of the guys partook in that. It was enjoyable. It was fun. So yeah, guys, think about that Mexico tour. That's going to sell out quick, like I say. If you want to get on that tour, make your reservation sooner than later. And same with Argentina. I'd get on that too. That's the last one of the year. All right, guys. I don't know if I'll be here next week or not. I doubt I'll be able to. Don't let me in again. But it was a pleasure talking to all of you tonight. And be safe. And we will see you again next Monday. Thank you so much, guys. Good night.
You're gonna have a smorgasbord. I've never used that word before, but there's just so many women here. It's kind of like, shit, this is harder than I thought.
No soy la mujer que busca que es sumisa. Que a mí a veces me gusta mandar. Entonces, no soy la mujer sumisa que tú me buscas.
Oh, sí, no. Did I get in trouble for that?
Muy divertido y en verdad sí lo fue. Como que hay tensión sexual.
You know, someone else comes in that you weren't expecting. It's a pleasant surprise, but at the same time, it's kind of kind of roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. Yeah, this is difficult, man.
Everyone should travel, no matter what, outside of our country just to see what's out there. It's a big, big world, and there's so many different things going on, and it just broadens your horizon.
Probably like other guys in here, maybe not. Maybe I'm just putting myself in their shoes. I was in a relationship for almost 10 years, and I'm pretty sure she was cheating, at least towards the end. This is my time to kind of like, since I'm alone, I'm just gonna start traveling.
So what we usually do in the first week, you know, we meet a lot of people, and then the idea would be to introduction, some dates with the ladies you liked. I don't know if everybody told you about the social event, how that works, like moving from table to table. But it's very fun, you know, because you're meeting in a lot of women in a short amount of time. And you can look them in the eyes, you see the smile, you know, and you really not only seeing the profile, because you sent 90 profiles, Jason's list. I received that before the call. You have quite a big hot list.
You know, I just haven't found what I'm looking for in the United States, so I've been taking time off from dating because my past relationships have all ended in, I guess, disaster. I'm gonna have a fun trip. If everything works out well, I'm just my plan is to just have fun and see what happens, without any expectations of marriage or anything else. Just have fun. My name is Jason. I'm 48 years old. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm an investor. My criteria for women is, you know, for them to be beautiful, honest, loyal, affectionate, caring, family-oriented. I'm here in Colombia for the very first time in my life, kind of taking everything in and experiencing all Colombia has to offer here, specifically in Barranquilla.
Oh, everything's packed in there.
Have fun.
There's too many of them in there.
The table is full of women. Hola, corazones. Initially, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't expecting to be nervous or apprehensive or have any anxiety whatsoever, but once the doors open, I guess it raised my anxiety level a little bit and my nervousness. So right when we sat down or we entered the doors, I chose the immediate table, sit down and get the social started.
She's 25. She likes sports. Likes pets and animals. She doesn't have kids.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. I like to joke a lot.
Her name is Holly. Go to the beach. She doesn't have kids. Her name is Lina. She's 29. She's single. She doesn't have kids. She goes to the gym.
Is she shy?
Que si eres tímida. She's shy. Ella tiene que tener una cita, diga así. That you need to have a date with her, so she.
Oh, she's helping. She's helping.
Do you want to have kids?
Yeah. Eventually. Dress.
I was getting a little tired because I didn't realize how much of a toll it takes.
Tengo 32 años, radióloga, amo bailar, me gusta la música, ver pelis, tengo ASMR, soy terapeuta. She in her free time is soccer and dancing. El señor pensó que yo dije erotic dancing, que yo no.
I love making eye contact. That's how you get to know somebody. And that's how I know when they're shy. And with the girl, I would always give my attention to them, my full attention, and look them in the eyes, look them in the face. So I try to make it a good experience for myself and people at the table. We were communicating with the translator, or some of the girls actually, fortunately, spoke English, so that worked out well. My first option, lucky enough, she accepted my date for tomorrow.
Number two?
Yes.
The one I said, are you shy? She was looking at you all the time. I'm like, are you shy?
See, now I feel bad for the rest.
They can put her. I have no problem. You're going to the ones that are going to have
I could blame you.
Okay.
One of the things that I was thinking about, if she's shy tonight, hopefully I could break her out of that shyness and make her feel comfortable and safe.
See, and this is Arizona.
Me gusta.
Okay. So you know a poquito English?
So
Sí.
Algo que sí quiere hacer, entonces
Look, she's touching stuff.
no pesa. Usted tiene que agarrarle la mano.
What?
Agarrarle la pierna.
Oh, this, like this? What did you ask? Oh, well.
That's one of the Philippines. I want a bigger one here.
Yeah.
Do you have the? If you're gonna go date, because I already told her I had 1 o'clock. She's like, okay, that's already set before you met me. You see it? See
She said, but if you have any other dates, that's on you if you want to do that.
So now, after this event, you have to make like choices because maybe you met another girl today
that's true.
that is better than Lina for you.
Are they shy?
Que porque que si eres tímida, porque no quieres la cámara. She's very shy.
I'm shy too.
A que eres timidísimo también.
They're like, no? Joseon Dynasty. Yeah. You know more than I do. I just look Korean, but I was born in the United States, so I don't speak it. You probably know and understand more about Korea than I do.
Entonces, chicas, ya saben cómo la dinámica, ponen su nombre, corazoncito.
You're dangerous. I'll tell you later. Never go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
translated or no?
You did?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
Acá dijeron que había alguien que era peligroso. Que era peligroso. Yo. Más o menos, depende cómo te portes.
Depends. Okay.
My name is Maria Camila. I'm 26 years old. I'm a teacher. I love my profession. I love the kids. I want to have sons.
Do you have any kids? But you want to have sons. How many? 3. Wow. Okay.
Her name is Shaila. She's 23. She studies as civil engineer.
She likes to dance.
She's obsessed with Korea. They love Korean culture. They love Korean men. So they're in love with you.
Okay, gracias. Gracias. Bye bye. Gracias. Thank you. I don't think we went over the number 9. Put Jennifer on number 9, even though she's taller than me. Hola, corazones. ¿Cómo estás? Hola. Sí.
In that table, the girls that put you were like these two. The one that knows English and this one. They liked you.
Okay.
Table number 2 and 3.
Oh, I didn't see everyone. Oh, okay.
3
So
was
this one, it was a fun, but I don't think yeah, that was the last one.
Yes. Okay.
And this is table number 1. Okay, so this one, I chose only one, which was
That one, obviously. That was number 9. No, that was number 8.
8. Sorry, forgot her name.
Her name was Maria Camila. You had a good match with her, like a vibe. It was like a big vibe with her. The Maria Camila that you said that she was like the hungry one.
You're dangerous. I'll tell you later. And who was my the vibe with again?
Maria Camila.
Oh, is that why you put that thing?